Hello there, I'm Pocket Gamer, and today I'm going to be showing off one of my personal favorite weapons and what I think is one of the most underrated weapons in the entire game, which I hate because it was like the first kuva weapon I ever got. So I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I've made a video. Why don't I come back and make a new little sub-series to the Warframes and make ones for the weapons? So this is just going to be like an underrated weapons build series. I'm not going to show off any like weapons that are phenomenally known, like the Tord or something, because nobody wants to see another Tord build after the 500 that have already been released. So why not show off one of my personal favorite weapons and I don't know, let y'all see the builds because that's like the entire point of this video. I know it's been a while. Um, Caught up with life, a lot of stuff, going into online school, which I really love. Sadly, still don't have a PC yet. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would, but I do not care at this point because I'm going into online school. They have a coding class in online school, so I'm not gonna complain too much. um, it's been a while. I think the last update I was doing was 2, 3 months ago, so I really need to fix my upload schedule, which was it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Being honest, not fixing my upload schedule, but I'll do my best to somewhat keep an upload schedule. I'll try. Um, First things first. What even is the weapon unnamed? The kuva chakra is one of the few kuva weapons that I feel that is actually underrated. All the other ones I've seen people use, other than the kuva chakra. So I was like, you know what? Let's make a build video. So first things first. What even does the kuva chakra do? Um, First things first, the unique trait is a 50% headshot damage on direct hits. The Kuvan Chakra is effectively a shotgun and a sniper rifle mixed together, which sounds really weird on paper, but yeah, it detonates heads with this slow firing rifle that rewards precision. So basically, its hip fire, which is its unaim-in version of firing, is a shotgun. Its aim-in is an explosive radal sniper rifle, basically. Um, that does actually can use multi-shot, which we'll get to in a second. It's absolutely insane. For the most part, AOE, it's not the greatest. It's alright. The base stats are pretty good for the most part for it being what it is. A 50% crit chance is amazing. 2.3 crit is insane. 27% stat isn't bad. I hate that I have electricity on here, but honestly, I don't mind it because either way, you're gonna probably put corrosive damage on it because of the fact that viral damage is such like a used element. This will not be using deliberate too, which is an interesting idea. Same thing goes with the Radal, except for it can do blast damage, which is really good. Um, but to the actual build itself, Um, let me get out of this and end out this so this stat increases. But the entire thing is amplitude for status chance and the direct damage because statuses are just absolutely insane to this thing. There's two builds. This is a headshot non AoE based build. The other one is AoE based. Get a nice scope for crit chance and crit damage, or just crit chance, not crit damage. Vital sense for crit damage. Semi rifle candidate's a weird mod, and a lot of people don't like it, but personally it works very well with this weapon. It's 240% more damage, 1.5 punch through, which you sadly can't use, but fire rate cannot be modified, which is insane of a debuff. But if I'm being so honest, you one-shot the two-shot everything anyways, so that debuff will not hurt you that much. Critical delayed, because you can't modify the fire rate, so it doesn't actually go down for 200% crit chance, basically for free. Primary acuity, which is 318% weak point damage and 318% weak point crit chance, which is really insane. But multi-shot can't be modified, which is also another major debuff. But I'm telling you right now, this thing one-shots everything anyways, so it's not really that big of a debuff. Radiate reload for some reload speed, because I'm telling you right now, you're probably want to slide some reload speed on this thing. The second build doesn't, and honestly, it kills really fast too, so you don't really feel it too much. And Magellan Force for a bit of status chance and toxin damage, which gives you the corrosive and radiation. For the arcane, I'm running primary compression. You could also read Deadhead. Primary compression, I think, does a bit more, plus it gives you ammo efficiency, so you don't reload as often. But what it does is it basically point twos your, what's it called, explosive radius, but you get 80% damage and 4.5 ammo efficiency for every 1 meter lost. When this thing is maxed out, it gives you 100% 5.5, which is so much better. I need to max mine out, but put in progressive, I think you get like 160, maybe 240%, because it's like a 2.9. Yeah, so I don't know if it would be 240 or 160, or if it would be some weird number because of spaghetti code. But without any debuffs or any buffs or anything, I'll unequip my companion, which sucks, but you'll see what I say. Um, you always aim for the head with this thing when you go to enemies. You literally 3-shot this thing with pretty much guaranteed headshot red crits. That is just absolutely insane. And that's without like any buffs or anything, which I was going to show this off with Comey, but I just may not, with Nautilus doing, this is my Nautilus build for just testing purposes. This is my actual Nautilus build, but this isn't really important. This has Magnetic and Viral for a bit of buffing. And if I go over here, the damage is just absolutely insane. You're constantly gonna do millions of damage, and yeah, no AoE, I get that, but if you're doing like bosses, or just in general, when a high hitting weapon with like a AoE secondary, like the Coda Fox, which is another really underrated weapon, you can just shred through everything. Really love this. I switch between the two AoE and the normal one from time to time. I don't want to know how long this has been on the test build, cause I'm supposed to be using the normal build for missions, so not gonna learn. Don't want to remember. The other thing is the AoE build. The AoE build works in a similar manner with using headshots because of Deadhead, but you get rid of Acuity, you run Chamber and Scope instead of Amplitude, which you could probably slip Amplitude in here if you wanted to, but I'm not personally. And the reason for this is just overall damage. It's better if you don't run Amplitude. Your status is a bit lower at 59%, but it's still about 60. Instead of running Corrosive and Radiation, you have Viral and Radiation, which is really good because it gives you that viral damage. Rhyme Rounds and Magellan Force for the 120% more status. Critical Delay again, which I know overall sucks because that lowers the fire rate, but semi-rifle candidates on here, so don't worry about it. You don't have to have Ammo Drum, but it's just on here for, I had the extra mod space, so why not? Obviously, Primary Deadhead, when you max it out, gives you 30% headshot multiplier. It's so broken, it's not even funny. And with all of this combined, the AoE isn't insane, but when you group enemies together, I'll take Nautilus off first. And this thing is just genuinely insane. It's not even funny. My aim is absolutely horrible. But overall, 3 shots enemies, about the same amount of damage as the normal version, or the basically boss killing version. Thing does good damage. Basically, the AoE is enough to armor strip some enemies around them, nothing insane, but still does crazy damage. The shotgun form on this um, also does good damage. The other one's shotgun form kind of sucks. But for the most part, you can just shred through everything. And this has less reload speed and fire rate, or not less fire rate, but same fire rate. And it does basically as good as the other version. With Nautilus and the Verglass. It does a little too good in my opinion. And it kind of puts the Acuity build, I'll call it the Acuity build, which I think is a good name for it, to a bit of shame. Because, you stat strip, and then these two enemies get bunched, and then you just go. And then with the status is already active, you just kind of do more damage. Because the only issue is fire rate, but if you're running something like Wisp is insane with this. Because with that extra fire rate, it's so much better. Like I said, the fire rate's not 100% needed because you're gonna one-shot everything anyways. So as long as you have like a semi-crowd control secondary or melee weapon, this is just amazing for bosses. The AoE build's a bit better for crowd control, and I think may honestly do a bit more damage. Just loses the reload speed, but you replace that with the multi-shot, which honestly overall isn't bad. Now, if I were to go to, I don't know, my Wisp build, right? For glass, main build, everything. We go to, instead of running the Proboscis, run the, where is it? Where's the chakra? I swear I saw it. There it is. Instead run the chakra, you go the shock reservoir. Holy, I missed all those shots. Not that much better, but it's a lot better. That was the Nautilus, why I had it on test mode. But overall, if you run this with like Wisp, the fire rate, it's so much better. I think that's the normal build. Yeah, the normal build. The AoE build probably does even better, if I'm being honest, with Wisp. Because the overall speed is a lot better. Also, if you're farther from the enemy, I'm pretty sure it does more damage. I swear I remember that being somewhere. It used to be in the description with a unique trait or something where I said the farther the enemy was, the more damage it did. I swear I remember that from somewhere. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember. I can't prove it. With like buffing and stuff, it's absolutely insane. I genuinely feel like the chakra is one of the most heavily underrated weapons. It's not even funny. And with like, I don't know, let's do nourish, right? Let's go nourish. Let's go nourish. If I proc my nourish on this enemy, that is some genuine bullcrap. If I proc nourish and then use it, yeah, it one-shots now. So when you're buffing this thing, it does like quadruple the damage for whatever reason. I don't know what the actual percent is, but with nourish, this basically goes from a 2 to 3 shot to one-shotting literally everything. And you can see the AoE damage. And it's just I missed so many shots right there. You can tell I'm washed. But overall, an amazing weapon. You know, Comey. Let's say Comey. Chakra. We'll do AoE build, just for the fun of it, right? Primary weapons remain. go crewmate XMSs. Not gonna do any of the abilities. Still running the Nautilus. Just let the Nautilus do its job. Because you're already doing so much status, you're effectively, didn't mean to do that, but you're effectively just tripling. I think it already does 2 statuses at once, and I think Comey naturally, Comey naturally adds 1 more status. So, I don't see a 3rd one, but you get what I'm saying. Absolute behemoth with more status. This Nautilus can't catch me a break, but you see what I'm saying. Overall, chakkhurr, a really, really amazing weapon. I feel that is highly underrated. If I get the chance, I may do another Comey build. I need to redo mine because they added an augment mod, and it's low-key kind of cracked from what I've seen. Same thing goes with Dante. Maybe a Dante build. 3 months from now. uh, like I said, not planning on fixing my posting schedule anytime soon, but that's enough for me. I will not hold up enough time of you. I'm Pocket Gamer, and I am out.